The 32-bit era of gaming was a strange time. We saw the genres that we grew to love in 2D try to transition into 3D, and that wasn't always a pretty sight. One of those genres was the beat 'em up. To this day, many people believe that beat 'em ups just don't work in the 3D realm. But in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 co-op beat 'em ups that are 3D and actually good. I mean, in my opinion. In 1997, Core Design and Eidos teamed up to bring us the 3D beat-em-up Fighting Force for the PlayStation. This was later ported to the Nintendo 64, titled Fighting Force 64, although it's basically the same game. This action-packed game featured 4 playable characters, destructible 3D environments, and a wide range of items to wield as weapons. While the story might come across as a bit over the top, centering around the eccentric Dr. Dex Zing's plans to bring about the end of the world, the manual provides a surprising depth to the plot. The game's characters, such as the stylish Mace Daniels and the rebellious Hawk Manson, each bring their unique flair to the combat. Fighting Force allows you to bash your way through enemies and explore destructible surroundings, wielding an array of weapons, including knives, guns, and even dynamite. Though the graphics may not have aged well and the AI lacks some challenge, the replayability and cooperative gameplay contribute to its appeal. Overall, Fighting Force provides a fun and engaging beat-em-up experience, even if it doesn't take itself too seriously. This was rumored to be a sequel to Streets of Rage, and you can kind of see that. And if it wasn't intended to be that, it was definitely heavily inspired by Streets of Rage. Even the characters are similar. Gekido, released in 2000 for the PlayStation 1, stood out due to its captivating cover and character arc by Marvel Comics artist Joe Madureira. Developed by Nap's team and Gremlin Interactive Limited, the game introduced a multi-path brawler with a dynamic combo system and distinct characters. The game's branching stages impressed, and its up to 4-player versus mode added replay value. The rage meter, built through skillful combos, offered power-ups and super combos, but the lack of a move list hindered complex moves. Despite its flaws, Gekido remains an engaging, underrated PS1 game with a smooth combat system and memorable design. Spikeout by Sega embraces its identity as a straightforward beat-em-up without gimmicks, with a focus on cooperative gameplay for up to 4 players, online and in split screen on the original Xbox. It offers a true hardcore beat-em-up experience. The absence of save points in the solo campaign adds to the challenge, and the unlockable characters in the story mode enhance replay value. Gameplay mechanics, enemy variety, and hit detection are commendable, but poor control mapping and button assignments mar the experience. Despite lively Xbox background visuals and large boss characters, load times are somewhat slow. Music and voice acting lackluster, while the simplicity of gameplay is the game's strength. While some may criticize its pattern gameplay, Spikeout excels as a classic beat-em-up, catering to those who appreciate the genre's essence. Urban Reign was a surprise hit, offering a modernized, scrolling beat-em-up experience. Released for the PlayStation 2 in 2005, the game combines combos, specials, and counters in its gameplay. It features destructible environments, weapons, and an array of characters to unlock. The game includes modes like Story Mode, Free Mode for various characters and multiplayer, and a Challenge Mode. Graphics and sound are typical of the PS2 era, with detailed models and good striking sounds. The story follows Brad Hawk as he takes down gangs and uncovers corruption. While the story and characters are cliched and generic, gameplay's addictive nature made Urban Reign a fun and engaging experience. This game can be played co-op, but it's hidden and you have to enter a code. In the mid-90s 3D evolution, the beat-em-up genre was navigating a transition, and amidst this era of experimentation emerged Crisis Beat. Although some high-profile 3D beat-em-ups struggled to make an impact, Crisis Beat stepped up to challenge the notion that the genre couldn't thrive in 3 dimensions. Developed by the lesser-known Soft Machine, a studio primarily associated with pachinko games, Crisis Beat dared to explore the 3D beat-em-up space with inspiration from the Die Hard series and Under Siege movie, sporting an anime-flavored cast divided into pairs, each with their own special abilities. Crisis Beat introduced fresh dynamics to the genre. While AI weakness and slightly slower PAL version dampened the experience, the game's colorful graphics, commendable sound design, and engaging story provided a solid foundation. The split stage structure occasionally stretched out scenes, yet the lock-on counters injected excitement into battles. Unlockable features and subsequent re-releases showcased the game's potential to offer captivating combat moments. All in all, Crisis Beat deserves recognition for its brave venture into the world of 3D beat-em-ups, setting the stage for future improvements and exciting possibilities. I think this game was underappreciated as it was only released in Japan and PAL regions on the PS1. The Dynamite Deka series was a standout when it came to 3D beat-em-ups. Designed by Mokido Ochida, the game emulates 80s Hollywood action flair while offering unique mechanics. Despite parallels to Die Hard, the series veers into its narrative direction. The arcade game's American version, Die Hard Arcade, acquired the movie's license, whereas the Japanese, Dynamite Deka, lacks the connection. Gameplay-wise, the 3D rendition brings new controls and combat, reminiscent of Virtua Fighter. Despite the genre's shift, the game preserves humor and Hollywood bravado, backed by a fitting soundtrack. The Sega Saturn port retains fidelity, but lacks difficulty settings. Dynamite Deka's re-release for the PlayStation 2 under Sega Ages 2500 showcases remarkable graphical upgrades and added modes. It becomes a tribute to Sega's history, referencing games and integrating diverse costumes. With the addition of classic coin-operated games like Periscope, Dynamite Deka endures as an intriguing relic of the past. And of course, there was the sequel called Dynamite Cop in the US on Sega Dreamcast. Zombie Revenge is a Dreamcast beat-em-up game that offers a challenging yet addictive experience. Set in the same universe as House of the Dead, players control one of 3 AMS agents, armed with pistols, punch combos, blocks, and sprints. The game features steep difficulty, overwhelming enemies, and tough boss fights. Despite its difficulty, the game's addictive nature lies in understanding each character's style, utilizing time-limited weapon drops, and exploring hidden rooms for rewards. The port to Dreamcast is well executed with crisp graphics, respectable levels, and decent music. Zombie Revenge appeals to beat-em-up genre enthusiasts with its unique gameplay and entertaining elements, making it a recommended choice for those willing to invest the time. Batman: Rise of Sin Tzu offers action enthusiasts a satisfying experience with its strong combat system and solid production values. Stripping away adventure elements, the game focuses on a basic beat-em-up style as Batman confronts Sin Tzu and other villains. The combat system evolves with new moves unlocked based on performance, offering a diverse range of attacks. Players can also choose from Batman's allies, Batgirl, Robin, and Nightwing, for slightly different gameplay. While the game's art style reflects the dark atmosphere of Batman's world, its exaggerated character design and animations maintain a comic book flair. The sound design, including impactful attacks and top-notch voice acting, adds to the immersive experience. Sin Tzu excels in the straightforward action gameplay, making it one of the top 3D beat-em-up games available. Midway Games' Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks defies its predecessor's shortcomings, offering an engaging single-player experience and an exceptional co-op mode. Transitioning from the fighting game, Shaolin Monks maintains the franchise's iconic fighting moves, style, and combat lore, while embracing action-adventure gameplay. The co-op game stands out, allowing 2 players to engage in satisfying teamwork. The art style's eccentric mix of influence is oddly charming, creating a cheesy B-movie atmosphere. Unlockables, combos, fatalities, and character variety contribute to a compelling gameplay experience. Despite some mechanical aspects and backtracking, the game effectively mixes fighting, puzzles, and boss fights. The co-op play is a standout, providing a social arcade-like experience. Despite some flaws, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks excels as a crossover title with depth and excitement, especially in its enjoyable co-op mode. The Warriors by Rockstar Games is a dynamic action game based on the cult classic movie. With its mix of elements from other Rockstar titles, it's akin to blending GTA, Manhunt, and State of Emergency. Set in 1979, the game follows the Warriors gang's story, expanding on their backstory and interactions in the world of gang warfares. Despite starting with the assassination of a gang leader, the game then takes players back in time for much of the experience, granting freedom to explore the city and complete various missions. Combat is a mix of street fighting and wrestling moves, and a variety of weapons can be used in destructible environments. The squad-based command system is a surprising depth, allowing strategic control. The game offers both solo and cooperative modes, boasts 1970s design and sound, and packs substantial gameplay with over 450 unlockables. The Warriors is a standout movie-to-game adaptation with a solid story, engaging combat, and an authentic 70s vibe. Are there any 3D beat-em-ups that we missed? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch our top 20 modern beat-em-ups video. And thank you for watching.